Well, welcome to Thoughts Can Change Your Life with me, Reverend Lee Wallach. It's good to be with you. It's great to be with you because today we get to explore aspects of life. And sometimes people, they get so caught up in life, they ask the question, when's it going to end? Well, here's what I'll tell you. Never. When the realization hits you, hits me, hits everyone, that we are creators. We are creators in an infinite world with infinite possibilities, a world that goes on forever and ever and ever. And I'm not just talking about this human form that we're talking about. I'm talking about into infinite dimensions. You realize that what we are doing is we are eternally creating to have a greater experience of our own infinite nature, which is a part of the infinite nature of all that exists. So think about it this way. When you're experiencing new things, do you feel really alive? When you are creating new concepts, new experiences in your life, do you feel really alive? Do you notice that when you're sitting around doing nothing and bored, you're bored? And you don't feel as alive? Do you notice that when you've eaten way too much, you're very lackadaisical? It's because you've come out of the creative state. You've come out of the creative state of mind. And the whole thing is that you were born to create life experience for you. You've been given that power through the power of your thought. Thought combined with words, actions, and feelings aligned toward a specific result, held persistently and consistently, you will create that experience. That's what you're meant to do. That's your purpose, to create and live life. Really live life. And here's the thing, love your life. It's your life. It's the only life you got. If you don't love your life, guess what? You got a problem. And you know who can fix that problem? You. You've got to change your thoughts. You've got to change your mind. You've got to change your perspective. And no one else can do it. There's not a pill that can do it. There's not another person that can do it. But we get caught up in this whole idea that, my gosh, I'll go take some magic mushrooms. I'll microdose and I'll change my life. It may work for a little bit. It may open up possibilities. But you can't be dependent on something outside yourself, because then you're dependent on something outside yourself. You can't find a person who's going to change you. It's like, I've been married to Jean over 50 years. I can't change Jean. Jean changes when Jean decides to change herself. I don't worry about changing her. I got enough to do with Lee. I'm constantly seeking, well, where am I not going forward? Wendy goes, I love magic mushrooms, but they don't change your life. Only you can do that. I know. I've been to the jungles of Peru. I understand. Yeah. Xandy says, some people think that the only way to get true peace and acceptance is by doing something very specific every day. But the truth is, peace is always in the moment. And it's just about realizing peace is about balance. When you see your life in balance, you're at peace. When you see your life not in balance, then you're on a one-sided track and it's not going to be there. Thanks, collections. I got my collections guru out there. He's collecting love, or she's collecting love. I don't know. One of the things that happened for me today, I'll share this. As I meditated this morning, I visualized this ball of divine light above my head. and I breathed that light. I visually saw that light entering in through my crown, down my third eye, into my throat, into my heart, and out. And when I did that, I visualized that light moving through my veins, my arteries. I visualized it moving through my digestive system. I visualized it moving through my breath, my lungs. I visualized it moving through my urinary tract, my hearing tract, my seeing tract. I visualized that life moving through my entire body. And as it did so, it heals and it gets rid of anything that is no longer serving. The last thing I did is I saw that light move through all the billions of neural connectors in my mind and getting rid of the ones that are hardwired that don't serve me anymore. So I can create a new vibration, a new thought pattern in my mind that I can take and I can start to mold and shape and consciously choose what it is. I found that when I came out of meditation, that visualization really brought, and I can't even describe the feeling I had, that I was free, that I had purified. I'm picking words, human words, but it's hard to describe a feeling that I don't have words for. I invite you to try that. I invite you to join me for meditation at 7 a.m. with our group. Our group keeps expanding and expanding and expanding and getting bigger and bigger. Why? Because we come together to be in one mind, together to know that there is only oneness. There is only love. You're all invited. The Zoom link's on agapespiritualcenter.com. So I love to have you join, but that's your decision. I don't judge. I just create an opening for you. If you're watching me here, you'll love me even more when I'm guiding you, and you'll love me the most when I'm silent. Sometimes my wife says, I just like being with you when you're silent. And I said, why do you say that? She says, I just get to sense and experience your energy. Have you ever just been silent with someone and connected with the energy that they are and let your energies merge together without conversation, without judgment, without any expectation? That's truly a powerful experience. You know you love someone and you're comfortable with them when you don't have to speak. What would be the best response if someone came onto this live video and they were agitated and angry? Realize for them that whatever they're angry about is to help them become more aware. Help them to realize that this is not a one-sided universe, that there's always going to be contrast, and that because they're eternal, nothing bad is really going to happen. We in our humanness create things to be bad because we have this absolute fear of death. But if you believe that your life goes on eternally, you just leave your body, you leave your ego behind, then that fear will disappear. Does it fully disappear? I don't know anyone where that's fully disappeared. But to a large part, can it disappear? Yeah. So if you're agitated and angry, here's the basic cause of agitation and anger. Trying to live up to unrealistic expectations set by yourself or set by others that you've blindly bought into. Can't get any simpler than that. Unrealistic expectations are the source of all of our problems. If you just put those down, a lot of the problems would disappear. And one of the things is we set big expectations Just set little ones. As long as you're moving forward, as long as you're creating a forward movement in your thought, in your words, in your actions, in your feeling, as long as you're creating a forward movement, if you were 2 minutes, if you were 2 minutes in peace yesterday, felt peace for 2 minutes today, could you feel peace for 2 minutes and 10 seconds? And then tomorrow, could you feel peace for 2 minutes and 20 seconds? You're changing your life. In this case, 10 seconds at a time. Not a big investment, is it? That's the same thing with meditation. If you can only meditate for a minute, that's great. Tomorrow, meditate for a minute and 10 seconds, then a minute and 20. Your movement, the direction you're moving in, is key to creating your life experience. Don't say, I'm going to meditate. If you've never meditated, don't say, I'm going to meditate for an hour. You're setting yourself up to fail. Without a doubt, you're going to fail. I promise you. Yeah, if you can only do 5 today, Andy, and you're going to do 10 tomorrow, that's too big a goal. Because if you can only do 5 today, I'd lower that goal to 6 tomorrow. Or maybe you do 5 2 days in a row, and then 6 2 days in a row, then 7 2 days in a row. I don't know. Then you got to think about, where am I in my health? Maybe I got to give myself some rest in between, maybe a day off, then do the 6. Just thoughts. Just thoughts. No right, no wrong, just ideas. With that, my beautiful ones, thank you for being with me. When does it end? When you decide it does. Until tomorrow, create, 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 and know that you are loved. Until then, aloha.